Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Crazy Over Parties. As you guys know, before we get started, please make sure that you like, subscribe, share the channel with other creators, DIYers, event planners, anyone that you know that may be looking for an event planner or balloon artist, because we do provide those type services, okay? Even though I do the tutorials, I also do provide event planning / balloon services. I'm based in Atlanta, but I will travel. And my very last favor for all my subscribers or anyone that may be watching, please make sure that you guys watch the video all the way through. That really helps us out. I will try not to bore you guys for too long, but I truly appreciate if when you watch my videos, you watch the whole entire thing. All right, guys, so I am on a setup in Atlanta, and you guys can see I am blowing up my balloons. So I had a comment on one of my last videos, and it was asking, how do I tie my balloons? Okay, and how do I tie them so quickly? I am not individually tying my balloons, guys. I am tying them to each other. When I get one balloon in my hand like I have now, I'm pushing them against my skin. I'm releasing some of the air, and I'm tying those two balloons together. I'm going to get another one, and I'm going to tie that balloon to what I already tied, and then I'm going to add another one. I am not individually tying my balloons and then going back and tying all 4 balloons together. Don't do that. It's a waste of time. Tying your balloons to each other has the same effect. It's not going to come loose. Just tie it real good and you're good to go. So I am going to share the colors that I'm using for this install in the description box. I had 3 different colors. The client wanted to do like a tan, a brown, and a burnt orange. So like fall inspired colors. I'm also going to post another video very soon. I'm going to do a larger garland with these same colors, and I want to add florals, and I want to add some pompous to it. So you guys stay tuned for that. Make sure that you like this video. Comment below if you are ready for that video to be posted. I am doing this balloon garland for an event planner in Atlanta. I'm just doing the balloons, and she's going to have these balloons attached to a white acrylic wall. The wall is about 6.5 feet, and I wanted the bottom to kind of curve. So you guys know how I do. I personally tie my balloons together so I can get them in sets of 8s. However, for this install, I wanted the balloons to go from one color to the next. I'm not mixing the colors. Or a better way to say it, I am not repeating the colors. So it's just going to be like one set each. It's going to be complete color blocking, and I'm not repeating any colors. So I am tying the next set of balloons together, and I think I did about 4 sets of each color before I changed the colors. And I am tying the next together so that I can save on material, and I'm not using 260s. I generally only use 260s when I have balloons that are double stuffed, because sometimes if they're like a metallic balloon, they can be a little bit tricky or a little bit tough to pull. And you guys just saw how easy it was for me to build that set of clusters, or build that garland pretty much. I got this garland built in about an hour. That includes me blowing up the balloons, tying them together, getting them on the backdrop wall, adding details to them, and pretty much packing my bags. I got this garland done very quickly. And that is because I have been building a lot more garlands than I have ever done before. So my tip to anyone watching or anybody new to the game is, 1, make sure you watch my videos, okay? Because I try to give you guys the inside scoop on how I'm building my garland. And 2, after you watch my video, go back and do what I did. Like, go back and practice the tip that I gave you right after you watch it. That way you can build on what you've learned before, and your garlands will become better. I am personally going to start building like larger garlands and try to get out of my comfort zone and build like very unique garland stuff that I truly am not comfortable with. The things that I know how to do per se, I'm more comfortable with servicing a client with it But I am going to start practicing on my own time, and I'm going to do it on YouTube, like building like just more unique garlands, just stuff that's like, oh wow, that's art. Like I really want to start building art. So y'all stay tuned for that. Like I said, I'm going to start posting that real soon. But like I just want to get better. I just want to get better at my craft. And I'm pretty sure like a lot of you guys are like that. You know, it's always stuff changing in event planning or just party stuff. Like I just want to stay on top of my game, stay on top of my craft. So yeah, we're going to get into that type of stuff real soon. This was my first time using, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Kalisan balloons. The quality of the balloons, you guys, were great. I absolutely love the quality of those balloons. And the colors that I needed, they had, like it was, I don't have to double stuff it because they already had the perfect colors. So if you guys are watching Kalisan, however I am pronouncing, if I'm pronouncing it wrong, don't make fun of me, okay? I'm doing the best I can here, but I enjoyed that brand of balloons. So I purposely started building this garland from the bottom because I wanted to make sure that the bottom was full and it reached where I wanted to reach. I didn't want to start at the middle and then tie those balloons down and then have to add more in between after I had already attached the balloons to the backdrop wall. So here I tied about 3 260s together. I went behind the wall and I attached one side of the 260s to the back of the backdrop wall. And then I came to the front and I'm attaching the other side of the 260s to the balloons. I am going to wrap that 260 around the balloons in about 3 to 4 different places to make sure that it's secure and that it's not going to move. Another pro tip for any new artists out there is when you're building your garland and at the bottom it's rising, you can either attach a water bottle or you can get like a 17-inch balloon and add water to it and tie it to the bottom of your balloons, and it'll hold your garland down so it doesn't rise and you won't have a gap in between the floor and your balloons. So here I am just pulling out one of my balloon ends and I'm tying it to the balloons that's already attached to the backdrop wall. And again, I'm saving on material. So guys, I'm not being cheap and I'm not like trying to not make sure the balloon garland is secure for the client. But, you know, I want to make sure it's secure in places that it needs to be secured at. I always tell you guys, I'm going to secure my garland in 2 to 3 different places. But the places where I do not have to use a 260 or painter's tape or my vinyl hooks or command strips, I'm not going to use it because I can save that for a next garland, for a next install. As long as I make sure that this garland is secure, that is all that matters for me. It's a whole recession out here, guys. Like the more material that you use for your installs, the more money you have to charge. So save where you can, but make sure it's secure at the same time. So before I start adding my details to the garland, I want to show you guys how I was building my 5-inch balloons out of 11-inch. I did not have any 11-inch of this brown, so you saw me put air in the balloon and I took a lot of the air out. I tied the balloon at the very end and then I am twisting it. Also, guys, what I should have done was make that first set just a little bit smaller. You don't want to have too much air in there that it pops the balloon. But I repeated that same step again. And then I ended up with a set of 4 once I tied them all together. And that, you guys, is how you make 5-inch balloons out of 11-inch. And you guys know that I add my details with my 5, 17, 36, and 24-inch balloons by using a 260 and tying the balloons on each side of the 260 to add my details. And this, you guys, is how the balloons turned out for this install. It turned out very well, guys. The client was in awe. She loved it. She loved the color scheme. Everything about it she was happy with, and you guys know that's all that makes me happy is when my clients are happy, I am happy. Until next time, you guys, like I said, my next video, I am going to post a pink balloon garland, all pink balloon garland that I had to do. And then after that, we're going to come back to these same colors and we're going to make a very large balloon garland out of it. So stay tuned for that. Make sure that you like, subscribe, share the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be safe. Love you guys. Take care.